Hey there, gang. I'm gonna be answering questions 6, which I think I said I answered last time, but I don't think I did. I think I answered question 5 instead. The things that I would never forget. Maybe I didn't or wrong. But I'm gonna answer questions 6 and 8. And can I just say, I love this culmination type discussion. It's very cool. What did you learn this semester that made you sad, angry, or upset? What did you learn this semester that made you hopeful or happy to learn? Be specific. Some things that made me sad and angry was, and I feel like I say this a lot, and kind of I mentioned it at the end of most of my discussions, right? Like, the fact that this information is kept from us, the fact that it isn't taught consistently, the fact that it's erased from a lot of history books, that general concept just makes me very sad and angry. Something specific is the education kept from women, the fear imposed on them, and the murder that occurred, like the witch burnings, setting people literally on fire for expressing a viewpoint different than theirs. Something else that made me sad is the pressures put on women to aid a community that did not value them in any kind of way. The eradication of everything that they held dear to themselves, in order to progress a society in a way that didn't benefit them in any way. Like in Egypt with Hatshepsut and her reign, and how much of the art from whenever she was around was no longer accessible. How her nephew, was it her nephew slash husband slash not husband, her like, she was caretaking him, the anger really surrounding any time women's ideas were expressed by women in particular. It wasn't the ideas themselves, it was the fact that it was a woman doing so. Warlike societies taking over egalitarian societies, or matriarchal societies, that stuck with me pretty bad. Made me very upset. Many of the documentaries that we watched made me very upset. Like from this module, the Women Who Make America, that one made me very upset. Not really upset, but the progression of it all. It goes in and out of being progressive and non-progressive and exclusionary and inclusionary, and it's all back and forth and back and forth. Umis, the documentary about the female-led society in Kenya, and the men's villages surrounding, and the men's opinions on those, how it's not tradition, and just these like ingrained beliefs about women, was kind of sad. Something that brought me joy is the fight, the consistent fight, the ability of us in this class in particular to be exposed to these ideas, to these readings and this history, made me hopeful. Is that also that documentary about women-led societies in Kenya? Very hopeful. It seems like they're having a great time over there, and I'm very happy about it. It's kind of like what's Wonder Woman's Island? It's kind of like that. The spreading of information by women in their own methods to get around the suppression that they underwent beforehand. Pen names and women in power or husbands who were publishing for them, things like that. Very helpful, very happy about that. And just the consistency and the power that women eventually overcame. It's something to feel good about. It's very cool. Question 8. What would you do as an educated person to share what you have learned with others? I've been doing this since I started this class. I will go into my mom's room and I will just spout everything that I've learned, everything that I read this day, everything that I watched that day, some things that I think she needed to hear, some things that I didn't know that I was ecstatic about. I send these articles to my friends. I have written blogs on some of this stuff, particularly the exclusion of knowledge, which I found really interesting to begin with. I write about it a lot. Being a writer, I write poetry, and it made its way into a lot of that, especially things that I was angry or sad about. I'd recommend this class to so many people. I'm definitely gonna give my textbook to somebody who deserves to read it. I'm going to continue writing about it. I'm going to continue reading about it. I'm going to continue sharing what I've learned with other people, continue starting discussions about it, and ongoing just helping further the education about it. Letting people know that this stuff happened and that it's continuing to happen and that it's not going to stop happening. It's important and necessary. Extremely necessary. Yeah. Thank you.